Hey Energizer, Spencer Jones here with another episode of the Jonesin 4 Show, the show that's here to help you live your life to the max. And well, today's topic, it's a solo show, so it's just you and I. And well, today's topic was brought up to me by recent events. So I am recording this the day after the shooting at the elementary school in Texas. My heart, my thought, my prayers go out to everyone involved with that and dealing with the aftermath of that. But not only that school shooting, all the senseless tragedies that happen around the United States and around the world, my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by that. And I wanted to talk about in this episode, what can we do when bad things happen? It sucks. It sucks that bad things happen, right? We've heard the saying, bad things happen to good people. And yeah, bad things happen, right? No matter how good you are or how bad you are, it seems, right? Bad things happen. It's part of life. And I was reflecting on this since yesterday, going, what can we do? What can we do? Bad things happen. They're going to happen. It's part of life. It's part of this journey that bad things are going to happen, whether they happen to you or to other people. Bad things are going to happen. How can we deal with that? How can we move forward? How can we do things to change it? And so I came up with 5 tips, 5 strategies, whatever you want to call them, to help with that. Now, these are, I'm sure, are not the only 5. These are 5 that I thought these are really important. Let's dig into these a little bit and just dive into them and share them with you. But I'm sure there's others. And so find the ones that resonate with you from this list and maybe do some research on others and just start taking action with them, seeing what works, seeing what fits, and living with those. So I was having a conversation this morning about it. And someone was saying, I wish there was no tragedies. I wish there was no darkness, no evil in the world. I think the word they use is evil, if I remember correctly. I wish there was no evil in the world. And, I said, yeah, that would be great, right? If there was no evil. But I might sound rude saying this, I don't mean to. If we didn't have evil, we wouldn't know what good is. If we didn't have negativity in the world, how would we know what positive or positivity is? It's yin and yang. We need one without the other. Otherwise, whichever one is left is meaningless. If we didn't have positivity at all, well, negativity would be the norm and it'd be what it is. We wouldn't even probably have a term to define it because there is nothing opposing it. So as much as evil sucks, as sucky and horrible as it is that bad things happen, well, there's also good things that happen. There's beautiful things that happen. Now, yes, it would be amazing if less bad things happen. That would be fantastic. And almost I could foresee a perfect world. There'd be very, very few bad things, or at least not to the level of what recently happened or what has been going on. It's been crazy to see those statistics. The statistics, how many shootings and murders there have been. It's crazy. But we're not going into that. We're not going into politics, not going into anything like that. So if that's a concern of yours, don't worry. Yes, there's a time and place for that. That's not right here, right now. So we're not going to dive into that. But I want to just raise your awareness that, yes, it would be beautiful there is no evil, that there is no bad things. But without the bad, we can't have the good. Without the good, we can't have the bad. They come hand in hand. So bad things are going to happen. That sucks. It's horrible. What can we do about it? What can you do about it? Well, here's number 1 of the 5 things. And this is incredibly hard. Incredibly hard. I struggle with this. I'm human, so I struggle with a lot of things. But here it is. Number 1, don't judge. Man, don't judge. You know how hard that is? You know how difficult it is to not judge someone? based on their actions because it goes against your beliefs, to not judge the shooter who went into an elementary school and shot up kids and teachers. Like, what the heck? How do I not judge that? And I'll be perfectly honest, I'm not 100% sure. I'm working on it. But I know for me, and in many of the beliefs and life lessons that I've had, judging only makes it worse. Only makes it worse. So how can we remove judgment? How can we get rid of that? Because you know what? It's not serving us. It's not serving us. It's not serving the greater good anymore. How can we not judge? So for me to not judge, I try to remove myself from that circumstance at that time and just go, you know what? I'm not in their shoes. I'm not in their shoes going through the things that they had, maybe mental illness or whatever it is, upbringing, friends. I have my own stuff to deal with. I'm not going to judge them on that. All right. I'm going to let God, the universe, whoever, whatever you choose to believe, judge. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to judge them. And that is so freaking hard to do. But don't judge. Now, thinking of a bigger thing like that shooting, it is hard. It's really hard. But what about when let's think smaller scale, right? If your friend does something you don't like, or something that just goes against what you might have chosen to do, are you going to judge them for it? Many of us do. Many of us do it without even thinking about it. It's just part of life. But I'm going to challenge you to not judge them. Heck, try not to even judge yourself with the choices you make. Learn and grow from them. Some of them are great choices. Some of them will work out wonderfully. Some of them won't. And that's okay. But don't judge yourself. Don't judge others. Okay. So number one, don't judge. Hit you with the big one right off the bat. I know it's tough. As I said, I struggle with it. But release judgment. All it is doing is weighing you down and weighing down the chance for us to learn and grow. That's all. And even have Vlad joining in with a little scratching here in the background. Gotta love it. All right, number two. This is from Mr. Rogers. And actually, it's from Mr. Rogers' mom. I forget, I'm not sure if it was a terrorist attack or there's some tragedy that happened when Mr. Rogers was a child. He saw it on the television and he was worried. He was scared. And his mom comforted him and said, look for the helpers. So I'm sharing that with you now. Look for the helpers. Who's helping? Look for the people doing the positive things in that negativity, in that darkness, in the evil. Who is there sharing the light, sharing the love, sharing the grace? Who is doing good? Or who was doing good? Look for the helpers, because there are helpers in almost every single case in the world of negativity. There's almost always a helper, someone doing good, someone being a light. Look for them. So many times we get focused on the negative. In media, they focus on the negative. Why? Because negativity sells. 95% of news is negative because it sells. We, the Energizers, we don't want to be surrounded by negativity. But when it happens, when bad things happen, man, it's thrown in our face. This negative, this evil is thrown in our faces. What can we do? Well, you look for the helpers. You look for the positives. If you want, you can see how you could be one of those helpers if it resonates with you. Look for the helpers. Third strategy is to see what is in your control. Here's the thing. So many times we get riled up from these bad things, right? We get really frustrated, really angry. We want to see change, whether it's political change, policy change, something. Cool. Not judging it, but see what is in your realm of control. What is possible for you? What is it? And what is not in it? Really, the list of things that we are in control of is a heck of a lot smaller than we might think, than we might want it to be, especially. It's smaller. So, how can we focus, or not how can we? Let's focus on what we can control. Hey, sorry to butt in like this, but I have something really cool I want to share with you. Something that I know it can help you live your life to the max. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a roadmap that gets you to your destination. What do roadmaps do, right? Well, you have your destination. It shows you how to get there, the best way to get to that point. And you know what? That's what I have. What is this roadmap I'm talking about? I'm talking about my book, Chase Your Passion. That's right, you have a passion, you have a destination, you have goals, dreams you want to achieve, but maybe you're confused on how to get there. Maybe you're feeling stuck. Well, my book, Chase Your Passions, is that roadmap. It guides you through how to create that plan, how to create that roadmap, how to get over hurdles so you can have success. So if you're ready to ditch the excuses, if you're ready to get unstuck and ready to have success, to taste success and feel amazing, to achieve your goals and dreams, get your copy of Chase Your Passions. It's available on Amazon, or just head to my website, spencermjones.com. All right, let's catch y'all later and let's keep chasing our passions. Let's go. So bad things happen. Dang, that sucks. It's horrible. What can I do about it? What's in my control? Well, I could send love. I could send warm wishes. I could send prayers. I could send money. I could maybe donate my time, my effort. I could change how I am addressing people, working with people, or addressing mental illness, or whatever it is, right? And I don't know. I don't know the details of the Texas shooting or other shootings. I don't know, right? I'm just saying overall bad things happen. What is in our control? How can we then make this world a better place? Well, focus on what you can control and bring those to the positive side, right? If it's negative, if it's low energy, turn it around, make it positive, make it higher energy. Share your love, your light with the world in a positive way so that that positivity grows and other people see it. It's a ripple effect, right? It comes from you. You affect other people in a positive way. Well, now their day's better. They're feeling better. Their energy and vibrations up. Now they're going to help and affect more people. Just by looking and focusing on what is in your control, what you are capable and able to focus on, by looking at that, by looking and focusing on what's in your control, you can start to change the world. When we start looking at all these other things that aren't in our control, then they just become wishes. They become desires that, sure, that'd be great, but that's not in your realm of control. Now, saying that, maybe you have a desire of something big, a policy change, for instance, right? That's one thing you desire. You would love to see some policy change. Well, what is in your control to get in those steps in that direction? And that's going to take us to number 4 here in the list, right? What can you change? How can you change it? And then start taking action. So again, let's go back to that example. If you want to change a policy, well, that's a big thing to change. And you might be able to do it by yourself, but most likely not. Not at least right off the bat. So what is in your control to start going in that direction? I'm not saying throw it out. I'm not saying forget about that change. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying keep that as your goal, but make that plan, make a map of how you can do that and focus on what is in your control now. What can I control? I can control my emotions. Oh, I could call a person. I could send an email. I could do this, that, take this action, whatever it is that gets you closer to that. And then you start working at it, and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. So what can you do when things go bad? Well, if something moves you, if you want to change, if you want to volunteer, to be a helper, to do something, well, look at what's in your control. And then see, what can I change? What can I do within that realm and then take action. Make a plan, make a map, and then take action on it. Instead of just sitting on your laurels and just waiting for it or burying your head in the sand, take action. What do you want to do, right? Maybe single-use plastics is something that just annoys the heck out of you. Well, then take action on it. What is in your control? Take action on it. When bad things happen, what can you do? Can you reach out to people that you care about? Can you help the different organizations, different companies, businesses, whatever? What can you do? So let me recap these 4, and then I'll share the 5th one. And the 5th one you've heard relatively recently if you have subscribed and listened to the last couple episodes of the Jonesin 4 Show. So let's review. Number 1, probably the biggest and hardest thing of this entire list, and that's don't judge. Don't judge others. Don't judge you. Number 2, find the helpers. Look for the helpers. There are people who help. Look for them. Number 3, what is in your control? What is in your control? Focus on that. And then number 4, what can you change? How can you change it? And start taking action on it. Make a plan and take action. And then the 5th and final tip I have for you today. When bad things happen, whether they happen to you or they happen to others, I invite you to respond with love. So if you've listened to the Jonesin 4 Show, you've heard a previous episode titled Respond with Love, right? But what do I mean by that if you didn't catch it, or just as a quick recap? Well, I mean, in any opportunity, any chance you have to reply to someone, to respond, to react, do it in love. So ask yourself, is this responding in love? Is this helpful? Is it kind? Is it, what am I looking for? Is it positive? Is it helping raise the vibration, or is it bringing it down? How can you respond in love? Is it to send, hate messages to that person, or to go on social media and rant and rave about how disgusting this is and just leave it at that? Yes, it is disgusting. Yes, it is horrible. I get that. Are we just trying to spread negativity, or are we then offering something needs to change? I don't know what, but something needs to change, and maybe come up with an idea of what can change and what you can do to change. Again, focusing on what is in your control. But however you respond to anything, situation you see happen on television, to something personally, to you, or to maybe a friend or family member of yours, respond with love. Ask yourself every time, how can I respond in love? Does this response respond with love? Is this out of love? Is this reaction out of love, or isn't it? It's hard. It's difficult at first. It's not as difficult to me personally, at least, as not judging. I struggle more with not judging than responding with love, but it is difficult. Now, I will say, the more you ask yourself that question and you evaluate the ways you respond, the way you react to situations, and ask yourself, is this out of love or is this not? It starts to become easier. You start to respond out of love more naturally, and you don't have to question yourself and think about it so much. You still respond out of love, and yeah, there's times you have to remind yourself of it, but it comes more naturally, a little easier. So I invite you to respond with love out of every situation. Bad things happen. It sucks. It sucks when they happen. But if we didn't have bad things, we wouldn't know or appreciate the good things. So to help you when bad things happen, sadly, bad things are going to continue to happen at times. But you know what? There's also amazingly good things happening too. Keep an eye out for the good, not just the bad. The bad gets a lot of press. Yes, see it, acknowledge it, work through it, whatever you need to do, but also acknowledge and see and work through and process the good things. Don't forget about them. They're still there. The good things are there. But when you notice those bad things, try not to judge. Look for the helpers, find the helpers. Focus on what is in your control. If you want to change something, see how you can do it. How is that in your control? What steps do you need to take? And then take action. And then fourth, and finally, respond with love in everything. By you responding in love, by you taking that higher road, you are raising the vibration of the world. Those negative events, well, that's very low vibration, right? That's very negative energy. There's a lot of that. Let's slowly start to raise it. Hopefully, it'll get faster and faster and faster. We can raise the vibration. You are amazing. You are worthy. You are enough just the way you are. But I also want to say that you are capable of living an amazing life, that you are capable of changing your vibration to other people's vibration around you. You are capable of achieving your goals and dreams. So keep being you. Shine your light with the world. And let's make this world a better, more positive place. Thank you for being you. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Jonesin 4 Show. Please hit follow. Please hit subscribe, whatever it is for you, so you don't miss a single episode. All right? Thank you. See you. I appreciate you, and I love you. All right. Until next time, catch you later.